Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
The Jump on the
Bat-Wagon.
Bat-Wagon.
Jump on the Bat. Well, yeah, hosted by the Yappy dudes.
The Wagon.
On Bat.
Jump. The Wagon.
On Bat,
Jump.
baby.
The Wagon.
Is this a reference to the merch promo where I just say jump the wagon like that?
Yeah, but it was also, I think, wasn't that
was
a
a
reference to us trying to do the thing?
And, you know, speaking of multi-tiered callbacks and stuff, this is a bad segue. There's a new episode of Yappy Dudes up on the Podtower database channel. Have you seen this?
I have seen this. I commented on this, too.
I'm going to play a little bit of it for the listener.
Play it.
Okay.
Unbelievable. If you guys have watched my latest video regarding how I have lost all my content and all of my viewers to a troll channel with like 15 names, then you know that I am basically hitting rock bottom.
Just 2 names.
And as of recently, things have only gotten worse. You see, these frauds have reacted to my content, and they listened to it actually on one of their podcast episodes, and they had the audacity to just laugh at me.
Audacity, that's the recording the program Brian's recording into. Yeah, I think I've heard enough.
Yeah. I mean, if
this is getting a little out of hand, wouldn't you say, Broderick?
I
broke the character. Get back into it. Cut this part out.
I think it's time that we come clean actually on this, because it was kind of fun to play along last time, but the reality is that we actually we started a thing long before even the
I think everybody knows it was about 7 years ago now. We started the Podtower database. Wet ass pussy tower database, and Podtower downloaded and re-uploaded all of our videos.
We lost all of our fans.
Yeah, just subscribers gone overnight. They thought that we had moved over to this new channel, the Podtower database. So in retribution, this is kind of our spin backwards on this, is to take this back over. We've
reclaim
started
what's
the
rightfully
podcast.
ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like, I won't say historical humans and other historical humans that took things from each other. Happy Thanksgiving, Brian. Is all I'm trying to tell. As Brian desperately holds in laughter. Are you gonna rip your guts open? How are your guts?
Already
gut update. Gut update from Broderick. All I'm saying is, don't fuck with us, okay, Podtower? We're coming for you.
We know where you post.
We know who you are, 100%.
I do.
We just had our Patreon monthly hangout last night, and Maddie, the only one patron joined this time. Jeez, you guys. And Maddie asked...
nice going, Rick.
Thank you. Maddie asked if... that was a bad impression, I'm sorry. Maddie asked them... Thank you. Asked if they were, the one patron was the Podtower, and I was like, I think we would recognize the voice if it was someone that's in these Zoom calls. They're like, yeah, I guess so, but we just have no idea who it actually is that's taken our rightful name and content
unrightfully.
Yeah, they've taken all 5 subscribers or whatever from us. I don't know how many they. Maybe go subscribe to the Podtower database. Give him some more pity subs.
We're sending mixed messages here.
Yeah. Hey, what's this show that we're doing today? Hear us right now.
Oh well, can I see your script?
I'll give you the first couple of words. This is the show where we watch. That was more than a couple, but keep going.
Cartoons from Marvel that was released in the 80s to James, who hasn't seen the Marvels.
Yeah.
And the far gone days of the 80s as people controversially timeline.
Broderick here has seen all of the Marvel besides what we've watched so far of this podcast. That doesn't make any sense. Except I haven't seen all of the Marvel,
I have.
I don't think so.
I've seen a lot of the X-Men and
Spider-Man.
I've seen a decent chunk of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a new Spider-Man movie coming out next week.
Hey, are we going to see it?
We can see it. I'll put you on the Zoom call. Anyone that's curious, we've been saying for weeks, like, oh, we're going to do this on Zoom a couple more times, and then we'll be in person. And it just keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed. There's a current sort of pseudo plan for me to come to you right after Christmas. And actually record bulk episodes and a video. But I don't know, something will happen, and I won't do that. So
just make it happen, Jamie.
Zoom, okay? Yappy Zooms is the name of this Zoom call that we're on right now, and I'll stick to it until we die or we film together. This week, we're watching Fear of Victory. Yeah, woo, yeah, Fear of Victory. This aired September 29th, 1992 at
4:30 p.m. on Fox Kids.
Yeah. This was the 24th episode produced and the 19th to air.
Okay.
This is writer Samuel Warren Joseph. Director Dick Seabass. Music Lisa Bloom and Carlos Rodriguez. And animation by TMS Tokyo Movie. Shinsha.
Otherwise, wait, no, I haven't gotten my animation company straight yet. Are those the quote Cowboy Bebop people?
No,
I say that every time.
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Yes.
Damn. The people who only did that in 40 years, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing they've ever animated. Your prediction last time, this was Scarecrow winning a foot race, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
He's just so scared at the finish line. I don't know, Batman. he just runs up and Batman's still in his like Fantasia Bat monster form. Oh fuck, I can't reach the finish line. Batman's here. My fear of bats that was never really fully explained in that episode. That you'd probably barely remember because we watched it in like July.
I remember it so well. I do like Scarecrow, so
yeah. Well, you're about to see him again because you got at least 50% of the prediction
I'm getting
correctly.
Better at this.
Maybe. I look forward to seeing what your prediction for the next episode is, but I won't tell you what it's called yet.
Oh shit! What a cliffhanger!
Watch it on the HBOs.
What?
That's where I watch. You watch it on the discs.
I have Blu-ray.
Yeah. Wow, I'm Brian. I have James's Blu-rays.
I have physical media because I'm a hipster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robin, give me a hand. I can't.
Hey, Batman, catch this!
Oh my! Oh my.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, James.
You're wearing a jacket now.
Yep.
What'd you think? What happened in Fear of Victory, the episode that we just watched? I got a squeaky chair.
Well, I was kind of, thinking about this as we were watching it. Like, there's actually a lot that happened.
There was, yeah. Especially the fact that Robin is just there.
Okay, first, let's start off with that. Before any kind of summary. Oh, whoops. Wait, I'm going to need to hear myself. That's why things sound weird. Oh, yeah.
Now it's sexy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The suddenly there was a Robin.
Yeah, suddenly there came a Robin.
That
rapping on my chamber door.
It was such a weird. out of left field. Like literally,
Did you realize that was him before it's Robin? Did you realize when he's in college?
I actually thought, I'm like, wow, that guy they keep showing looks an awful lot like a young Batman. And that was just the thought going in my head. And suddenly Robin was in the Batmobile. There was no lead up. There was no there was nothing.
Robin got
Robin's
like two words into his sentence, and you just went, "There's just Robin. There's Robin now."
It was just I mean,
yeah.
So, is this normal? Are you supposed to just like accept that suddenly there's like a new thing?
Has this completely turned your opinion on like, okay, we're gonna get Batman's origin story eventually? Now they just, here's Robin, asshole. You don't even. How many more characters will we have?
That's kind of the thing, right? Like now I'm starting to understand the like tenacity of your yellow bat suit video, right? Because it's just like suddenly there's a yellow bat suit. Okay, let's like.
Or just
I
any
understand.
of the timeline shenanigans that we do, where we like, why would you even bother with this stuff? It's because Robin just fucking shows up, man. Like,
yeah, like I didn't realize they could be so scattered.
Well, the thing is, like, so we're watching this in the controversial Airdate order, you know.
Oh.
But in production order, the first episode produces On Leather Wings. The second episode produced has Robin in it, and we haven't watched that yet. And so it's like, but I'll just tell you now, it's not a Robin origin story.
So he just shows up?
He does just show up, but at least it's in the second episode, not the 19th episode. We've had all of these completely solo Batman episodes, and then just Robin.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit in this episode. He can't do anything.
Are we going to have to start doing Robin's usefulness?
We could add that to it, yeah.
Oh, God, it's going to get bad.
Yeah. Every new hero's individual usefulness.
All right, so let me give a bash
tell me, what happened?
What happened? Robin showed up.
Yeah, I mean, that is near the start, yes.
All right, so there's a guy who's really good at playing football. Everyone thinks he's going to do the good football things, and then he just starts freaking out.
Was that the first thing?
No. I'm just trying to take the big bullet points.
I can't remember what wasn't there an opening scene of some kind?
I mean, there was like the whole TV bloopers thing of all these sports stars.
I guess that was in the football. That was in like the dorm room or whatever. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess this is right.
Anyways,
I guess you're right. Yeah, you can just keep going.
I'm just kind of skipping over these things, Jamie.
Okay.
All right. So, Robin, we find out later, Robin's friend, is like a
Brian.
What?
His name is Brian.
Oh, the friend's name is Brian. That's true. They were reading a telegram.
Unlike
to Brian.
your name, which is Broderick.
No. I feel like I'm never going to live that down somehow.
It's not even anything you did. It's just everything you did.
Oh my God. I didn't name myself.
No.
Broderick.
Brian Rogers, good at football, get scared.
Broderick.
Broderick, yeah.
It's where it comes from.
I thought that while it was on the episode, but I didn't say anything.
I'm cracking the code now.
Broderick.
I'm going to go full Tom Hanks on this.
What?
What?
Oh, like the Da Vinci Code. I see what you're doing. It's a movie that I forgot existed. Mullet Tom Hanks.
Okay,
Continue.
What am I doing? God damn. Okay, so there was a sports star, and he gets all kind of freaking out for no reason. People are like, why is he's freaking out for no reason? We're going to take you to the police infirmary.
No, that was way later.
Yeah, I know.
You just like the police infirmary.
Yeah, they just took him to like the regular hospital or whatever, I assume.
Sure.
And Batman and Robin, they're riding the Batmobile. They go to like stop some criminals because Batman noticed a necklace dropping from a skyscraper.
Some really strong jewel thieves.
Yes. And
they can push an entire gargoyle off of.
Yeah, like a 3-ton cement gargoyle, and they're just like, "I got a crowbar, I can
catch
drop
this,
Batman."
idiot.
Yeah, so Batman and Robin are going up the building. The bad guys are like, "We're gonna stop you," and then Robin just starts freaking the fuck out. Batman narrowly escapes death by jumping into a window of an incredibly aroused woman.
He sure does. Oh my!
I could probably say that a little more. I don't know,
that was
gingerly,
correct.
but it was really rather shocking.
She was very lonely that night when
She
Batman
was very lonely.
broke her window.
The guy smashes through her window, and her response is, "Oh." Anyway.
I'm not wearing anything under this robe.
Yeah, she's just
and then
wearing
Batman
a silken robe waiting
smiles
for
and
someone.
leaves. I'll be back.
Yeah, he gives her kind of a wink and a smile while Robin is still like holding onto a
gripping
building
to
for
the
dear
building.
life. Yeah. That was
I sure hope Batman doesn't stop to have sex with anyone. I really need help right now.
So
I'm in a
anyway.
terrible situation. I hope my mentor doesn't get too horny right now.
Batman, rather than actually leaving the apartment, just like dims the lights and turns on some music.
Yeah. Robin can wait.
It's never too.
It's never
wait.
too aroused robe woman.
Nice.
Go. What else happens? Oh my god.
Okay, so
We were too turned on by that scene.
I know it was just a really.
It was
wow.
such a hot moment.
We should. Can you put on some on hold music? I think we need to like take care of
Let's
something.
see. I got this. That's all I got, man. Okay.
I haven't heard that for such a long time.
I had to let it. It takes a while to get to the chorus.
It does. Anyway, so Batman realizes that Robin is freaking out. Robin realizes that Robin is freaking out, and they try to like uncover what's happening. They end up back at Brian Rogers' dorm and find that the telegram was laced with some druggy drugs. And Batman's like, "We're gonna figure this out and take it back to my cat experimentation laboratory."
Oh yeah, I forgot. I immediately blocked that out.
That's
why did
fucked.
Batman have a bunch of animals and
He had like 5
experiments?
cats in cages, and he's like, "Time to do an experiment." And he like whips out a cat, smears some drugs in its face, puts a mouse in its cage, and scares the cat. And the cat just like
as I
cowers.
thought. Tom and Jerry is wrong.
Yeah,
it's the other way around.
I
always
Jerry
knew.
and Tom.
Yeah, because the first name is always the antagonist, as we know.
Batman.
Oh my god.
More Da
Batman and
Vinci
Robin.
Code. Okay, what happened next?
Get Tom Hanks over here.
Batman tortures a cat.
Yes.
They find out that Scarecrow must be
Naturally.
up to something. They go to the jail where just all of Batman's villains that he caught are like conveniently in these like glass door cell
In their costumes.
in their costumes. Poison Ivy's hanging out the plant. Joker is playing cards. Two-Face Harvey, who shouldn't be in prison but should be in a mental ward, like
Yeah,
getting some
well,
kind
I
of
guess
help. He's in jail,
I guess this
flipping
is
a coin.
proof of where like, he got taken and to the end of Two-Face. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna not make a political statement here.
Well, Arkham is like supposed to be. It's Arkham Asylum. Like it's supposed to be like a mental hospital.
That's a jail.
Not a prison, but it's very much just a prison.
That's a prison,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's never like really
Too late.
expanded. Yeah, it's never too late. Is all I was trying to say.
I'm really good at this whole podcasting thing.
Yeah, I'm really good at this. Fear of victory. They did say fear of victory in this episode.
Oh, did they?
Is this the
missed it.
first episode? Oh no, Two-Face said Two-Face. This is the first episode to say the name of the episode in it. I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
Remember when
so-
Joker was like, "Would you like to be a clown?"
just really wanted to like work it into the script somehow. All right, getting back on track.
Nope.
Batman gets this hunch that the Scarecrow's not actually in his little
Cell.
not prison cell, and
Yeah, his room, his helping room,
helping room cell. And sure enough, it's a decoy dummy in there and not actually Scarecrow. So they go out searching for Scarecrow. They find him at a football game. He, Robin's like sleuthing around because he's a dick. Get it? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Good luck at college, Dick. At the start. I was also like, I figured that was a giveaway. Like, I mean, I guess you haven't just memorized, oh, his name is Dick Grayson. And also it had like Bruce Wayne with him in the graduation photo. But you were too focused on reading good luck, college Dick, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
College Dick.
I didn't know that Robin's name was Dick. I feel like I'd heard you say it before. Like I knew the name Dick Grayson, but I didn't
get used to it. He's here to stay, maybe.
Cool. He's here to origin.
Yeah.
Maybe it's gonna be like a Christmas tale, and we're gonna like it's gonna be Robin sitting down with some eggnog by like a fire, like telling Batman's origin story.
Did you remember how the second episode is a Christmas episode? Or was that pure coincidence just now?
Oh, no, I did not remember
produced
that.
Episode. Okay, I didn't think so. But I'll give you the crowd, but we can pretend that you remembered that.
Yay!
How does it end?
Okay.
They fight Scarecrow.
It ends with a Batman Scarecrow fight on some scaffolding. Scarecrow's going to like poison the whole place kind of accidentally.
Yeah.
It was his insurance plan.
I have a small amount of, like 2 thimbles worth of powder in this vial.
And it's going to fuck up the whole stadium.
Yeah, enough to poison thousands of people at once.
Yeah. It's real concentrated, which means that Batman basically killed that cat with scary powder.
Yeah, if you put more than 1 grain of powder.
Yeah, and that cat was like sneezing the stuff out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not bitter. I'm not salty. Let's go on. So they're having a scuffle, the Batman and the Scarecrow, and the vial gets dropped, and Robin gets over his fears and saves the day with some amazing commentary from the commentators who are actually commentating the football game and not Robin. But
you know it lines up.
It lines up.
That's what they're doing.
And then Batman ends with a terrible pun, and I cry.
Yeah, what did he say?
What did he say?
It was, but I don't remember what it was, though. Is it maybe you could send him a telegram?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There was a running gag of telegrams in this episode.
Yeah, I liked the telegram guy that wasn't Scarecrow. He's like, "Oh, I just double parked. Leave me alone, man." And, and Batman just goes, and he just, "Oh fuck," and runs away. Like, he's gonna kill me.
From that guy's point of view, Batman is a villain. He like knocks on a door. Batman
really
strangles
scary
him.
Guy. Yeah, he just rips his arm into the room. I'm gonna fuck you up. Oh God, please. And Batman's just annoyed.
All right, what does TV Guide say that happened, Jimmy?
Yeah, the Scarecrow has come up with a fear chemical that's triggered by the release of adrenaline. He uses the chemical on Gotham's greatest athletes, then bets against them to rake in the winnings. Dick Grayson, a.k.a. Robin, learns about this scheme after his college roommate, a football star, inexplicably becomes terrified during a game. While trying to help Batman track down the Scarecrow, Robin is infected by the chemical and becomes stricken senseless with fear every time his adrenaline pumps. In the end, Robin is placed in a position in which he must overcome his overwhelming fear in order to prevent Scarecrow from spilling his formula over a stadium filled with spectators. That one at least doesn't say, and then he stops that from happening, and they put the Scarecrow in a headlock and they kill him. Like every other episode does.
Actually, they didn't even show what happened to Scarecrow.
They just walk away with him, I guess. Yeah, or no, they don't even do that.
It's Batman on some scaffolding.
Good job, Robin. Yeah, and they fade to the next scene. Yeah,
and that was a weird voiceover because Robin shouldn't have been able to hear him from swinging.
Yeah, Batman just says like, "Good job, Robin," like that loud, and Robin like 50 feet away and 100 feet up goes like, "Oh gee, thanks, Batman. Here I won. I got the thing."
Yeah. Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad episode. It was just
it was just middle of the line, like nothing episode.
Middle of the line. Not even middle of the road. It was like the middle of the line in the middle of the road.
The line. Yeah, it's a line in a road.
It's just a real middle episode.
It's like those Looney Tunes are like they draw a line, you step over the line, you draw the line. I dare you to step over this line. It's like that, but in Batman form. What do you think of the Scarecrow's new look? Did you notice it was a new look even?
His costume look?
Yeah.
Or his like...
his mask,
actual
his
him.
head. The first time we saw
He
him,
had a
which was
neck
the only other
last time, didn't he?
Yeah, he had just like a big sock over his head. This time he had like a more scary, like pumpkin jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, you're
kind of
right.
face. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember the last one so much, but
It's fine because that version never appears again. So,
ta-da!
Yeah.
It was fine. I liked the bit where the dude saw him as scary.
Yeah. When you also have the he's wearing his Mr. Lucky mask over his scarecrow mask.
That was weird. That was a weird choice. He's just the dude that loves masks. He's doing great in this.
Yeah, and he was wearing a
2021.
different mustachioed disguise as the telegram guy. Like, why?
Yeah, there's some physics breaking going on there, but good for him. He's trying out his options.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fine. Nothing really too there were 3 or 4 shots in this episode. The intro to the show does eventually change to a different intro, and it's like a clip show version of an intro.
Oh, what?
It's not an original animation anymore. Eventually, it's just a bunch of clips from episodes, and the shot of them walking toward the Batmobile and the shot of Robin swinging and grabbing the vial are both in that intro. So I kept being oh, there's another one kind of a deal in this. But that's really the only reason you would ever remember this episode is because eventually you just see those couple shots dozens of times or whatever. I don't know. This is there's nothing bad about this episode necessarily, except for the kind of corny writing. The animation was pretty okay. There's nothing that stood out to me as oh god, what is this kind of thing.
There's one cool real Dutch angle.
Yeah. And those Tim Burton-y window
There's
shadows.
a Tim Burton-y windows. Interesting music, because there's that whole he's walking down that Tim Burton-y hallway, and they had really dramatic music. I'm like, wait, what?
Nothing's happening. Yeah.
Big windows. Oh.
Yeah, and the guy following him, and it's dun, 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 just all this nothing. He's just looking around.
He's not really that he's not that menacing of a person too. He's not gonna actually rough the guy up because it's a kids show. He's just hey, I'm here to ask you some questions. The music is ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Mr. Lucky, how do you get so loud? How do you get so... sorry, I couldn't hear you over the trumpets. Can you say that again, please?
There's just 3 trumpeters in the
they pan over, and there's a little mariachi band standing there. You shut up! I'm trying to beat up the Mr. Lucky in a horse stable. Why are you even here?
also the scarecrow at the bookie table thing, collecting his winnings. That was such a funny I haven't seen you lose once, and he's let's just say I'm lucky. Oh, how does anybody get that lucky? Let's just say I make my own luck. It's
yeah, and then you just did a hat tip gesture. And I cheat.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird it's kind of wonky writing. It's fine, but it was a good episode, right? There was a lot going on, and there was some cleverness there.
It is weird that the first time that you see Robin by Airdate, he oh, finally Robin, and he's just scared the whole episode. He doesn't get to do anything.
I like that. It's kind of funny because you find out that it's Robin. For me, I found out it was Robin.
Right.
Literally,
some guy. Interesting.
10 seconds,
it's Robin.
Yeah, literally 10 seconds later, Batman sees this falling necklace falling from a skyscraper. And they get out of the car and they're well, time to clock in. It's just wait, it's not even it's not Robin's first day. This is something that they've done a million times before. Yeah. And yet here's Robin just being Robin.
Yeah, I think I made the joke of because he's just hanging onto the building. He's so scared, and they get down to the ground again finally, and huddled against the Batmobile, and I said, like, well, it's okay, Robin, like, you just finished your training yesterday, so I understand why you still suck or whatever.
I mean, like, that would make some sense. And I guess you don't need to start off a show, like, at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
which
like,
this definitely does not.
But I think it's like a show like this, I feel like you kind of need it. You know, one of my historically, like, my next big tattoo idea is an Over the Garden Wall theme tattoo, which is like a big love of mine. And
recently, too.
In the last couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't jump on that Bat-Wagon very soon. I remember the first time I saw an episode, and it was years ago, and I was just like, oh, what's this weird looking show? I had no idea.
It's a rock fact.
That's a rock fact. But that's a show that, like, very cleverly, like, it starts off and the characters are confused and you don't actually get their origin until, I mean, I don't really want to give spoilers.
It's only like 10 episodes.
It's only 10. It's like you could watch it in the space of like a movie.
I've been meaning to for a long time. I just haven't yet. But
oh my God. Can I watch it with you?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, haven't you seen it before? And here we are on Jump on the Bat-Wagon. But
yeah, so I won't give away really any spoilers, but you don't get their origin story until, again, very artfully, like, later on in the show, which also kind of confuses you as a viewer, which I just adore.
I think besides Robin, and any character that's not Batman, they tend to introduce on this show with, like, and here's how they became them, like Poison Ivy, Two-Face. I guess we haven't gotten that for the Joker yet, but there's, like, most of the villains are, like, they have their origin episode and then they keep going or whatever.
Right.
But I think that the idea was, like, the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman movies, both of them just came out. Everybody knows, whatever. Everyone knows Batman. We don't need to do this again, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a product of the time or whatever. Whereas, maybe now if you just made it off of no other Batman movie, it's just its own thing, then at that point you would, like, well, we should probably tell people why he's Batman and stuff like that. they don't already know. But at this point, it's also ingrained into pop culture enough that everybody knows Batman's parents were killed and he became Batman, and that's enough. Like,
I mean, I think it's fair to assume that, but, like, Robin's kind of like, playing second fiddle. Not to say that he's not capable or whatever, but, I don't know his origin story.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how he started. I don't know how he got into everything. And to just, like, see him just suddenly in the Batmobile was like, why are we doing this? Why are we making this choice right here, right now?
Yeah. And I thought, maybe this will be because I knew this was coming, obviously. I was like, maybe this will be a little bit of a smooth transition because we start off in his college dorm. Oh, we're introduced to Dick Grayson, but you didn't realize that was Robin as it was happening, and then suddenly, like, oh, it was Robin. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it was really, like, it was odd to me. I was like, because I just saw this, like, his dorm room buddy, like, of Brian Rogers' dorm room buddy.
Yeah, Brian Rogers' roommate. Oh,
yeah, and he's
Robin.
Like jumping out on the field, and I'm like, oh, this guy, like, must be important for some reason. I didn't realize he was, like,
maybe it's
Robin
his boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, it was
just like Clayface. Yeah,
like he was gonna be some linchpin to the show, like the episode.
Yeah.
Like, I got that, but I didn't realize that he, like, was actually a character, not just some kid named Lil.
Yeah,
Ricky.
just it's like Two-Face, and just Grace turns out to be Batgirl or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah.
Summer Gleason.
Lady. Some lady becomes Batgirl. That's true, I guess. You want to hear the cast?
Oh my God, do I ever?
Wait,
when are we gonna get? We're gonna get Bullock back.
Yeah, so I don't know. Some point.
Oh my God.
Kevin Conroy's Batman. Bob Hastings as Commissioner Gordon. Mark Hamill as the Joker, who had a very brief cameo. I said this is the best Joker episode yet, or whatever. This is like better than the last two Joker episodes we watched. Lauren Lester as Robin. Brian Mitchell as Brian Rogers.
Oh, I like that. Good work, guys. Good use of the name Brian.
Good
Much better
Brian
than Broderick.
Casting. Yes, very much. Much better than your name, Broderick. The only notable thing, have you seen Prince of Egypt?
No.
The animated movie? No? Okay. That was the only notable thing that this guy was in, was he was one of the, he's the character of Jethro in Prince of Egypt. And since you haven't seen it, I won't. Look at your life through heaven's eyes. That's the song.
Wow.
Chuck Moshantz as Bozeman. I think maybe that's the big guy, the big stocking cap guy, maybe. I
Sounds
don't know.
about right.
It says only acting credit. Henry Pollock as Scarecrow, same as last time.
Dylan Pollock
Additional
as a
voice. Yeah, Henry Dylan Pollock as Scarecrow. Dylan Pollock, everybody. Dylan Pollock.
God,
Henry Pollock. Additional voices. Oh, sorry. I can't hear it. I didn't know it was going.
What? We gotta get you to hear that stuff again.
We gotta be in person again. Additional voices by Laurie Johnson, Tom Williams, and Tim Curry. I have no idea what voice he was in this, but I bet it was something left over from his Joker recordings or something. I don't know.
It was the Joker's laugh.
I don't think so. That was a very Mark Hamill laugh. Trivia. This is the first aired episode to feature Robin. Did you know that?
Oh, what? Get out of town.
Scarecrow's line, "The fear of victory and the agony of the Scarecrow," is a play on the ABC Wide World of Sports tagline, "The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat."
That sounds about right.
Interesting. First episode title card to not have original music. This was the same music from Nothing to Fear for the title card.
Did you know that?
I did, as of writing it down in this document. That's all the trivia.
Really? That's it?
I did want to throw in that this is, I guess, another reason I ever remember this episode is that there was a series of spin-off comics in like 2010 through 2013-ish time from these shows that up until we did our Will It Canon video that once and for all determined whether it was canon. There was a lot of discussion, and there still is, about whether they're canon to the shows or not, because there's just a lot of like stuff they pull from the continuity of the shows, and a lot of stuff they pull from the continuity of like normal mainstream comic books. Like,
okay,
so it's just this mix of like, this episode of BTAS happened, but also this comic from 1970 happened that we never knew happened in the cartoon, so both are true kind of stuff. It's this very weird thing. But one of the issues has a flashback to this episode, and they're talking about Brian Rogers and stuff like that. But his name in this issue is Brian Waters. And it's one of those like, did they purposely change the name as a little clue of this isn't the same universe? Did they fuck it up somehow? Because the only thing I can think is like, we got to put this character in there. What was his name? And they call him up, and there's like a really terrible cell reception. They're like, his name was Brian Waters. Okay, Brian Waters. Got it. I put it in the comic, and then that's it forever. Like, I don't know how that happened or if it was on purpose. It's just a very like...
Why don't you find them and ask? That's like your thing.
I think we did talk to the guy that wrote that issue one time, but for like 5 minutes at a Comic-Con.
You're like, is it Rogers or Waters?
Table.
Why?
Yeah, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know. There you go. There's that. Now you know that also.
Oh, man, I know that so hard.
Me too.
Good.
Anything else that happened in this episode before we move on that you want to talk about?
I'm sure there was some noteworthy stuff. I was a little confused as to why, like, the Scarecrow put a bunch of that like scare powder in the dude's helmet, enough to whatever a pachyderm.
Oh yeah,
petrify a pachyderm.
Maybe because that guy's a big guy or something.
But like, did Robin just like empty it out? Did he have a spare helmet that he switched out because it still had the number?
I guess
on
he just
there.
poured it out or something. He snorted it all.
But then
I'm already scared. I might as well be more scared.
But like the envelope, just getting it on their skin was enough.
Right.
This dude had a helmet full of it. Even if you empty it out, there's gonna be some residual left in there.
Maybe he rinsed it out off screen. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
This leather 1920s football cap. He rinsed it out.
What year does this take
Coach,
place?
my helmet's wet. Nah, what?
We have leather football helmets that were from like the 19 teens.
We've had cassette tapes and VHS tapes.
And now we have black and white TV and these things.
There's been black and white TV the whole time. Yeah.
But like you didn't have black and white TV. You barely had black
TV.
and white pictures when you had leather helmets.
It's Gotham, baby. It's everything. It's everything at once. It's all the times.
Okay.
It's even the future because Batcave. I don't know.
Oh yeah, talking computer. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. This whole
Scarecrow.
continuity thing is getting to me.
Did you watch our silly putty unboxing video?
No, you finally did that though?
Yeah. We I can't remember how it came up in the video. So you just go watch it after this. But there's a part where there's little tiny comics inside of them, and Batman has a line, but I thought it was someone else talking, so I read it in a different voice. And I went like, "Oh, that's Batman talking." And Maddie was like, "Are you sure it's not the Bat computer? Should we read it in Two-Face's voice?" And I just say, "Batman, the Scarecrow is in my asshole." That's the whole joke.
Nice.
Go check it out.
See it.
I should also plug while I'm talking about videos, in case you don't make it to the end of the podcast, dear listener, which, oh my God, how could you not? In a couple days from when this comes out, I'm putting out a Superman the Animated Series pre-production video co-starring like 6 other YouTubers, and you should watch it with your eyes.
And also Dan Reba. I saw that today, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I don't know who these other people are, because I'm bad at that. But
we haven't even gotten to a Dan Reba directed episode yet, but you still know. You're in the know.
Well, the thing is, like, I'd watched your videos pretty regularly as they came out.
Until we started the podcast.
And I'm like, oh, shit, like, I don't want to, like, mess.
Now I have to, like, tell you which ones are okay to watch.
Well, that's the thing, is, like, you told me that one time, like, hey, don't watch this video. Yeah. And I haven't watched a single one since, because I'm like, oh, right, because I can have spoilers happen.
You've watched the merch promo?
I watched the merch promo.
I showed you the Space Jam video.
That's true. Yeah, so I guess, like, I don't know.
I'd say you could probably watch them unless I tell you don't watch this.
Are you sure?
Okay. Well, I mean, like, anything that I say in a video that's a spoiler is going to be like, you've already forgotten 5 episodes ago of Batman, so you're not going to. By the time we get to, I'm offended that you would
yellow
say
bat suit,
a
Jamie.
True thing.
This head is like a vice.
When we get to that, in a couple of years, when we get to,
I'm going to be screaming about that. Just yellow bat suit
for nobody to hear.
I mean, and actually, if you recall, when I watched Into the Spider-Verse, I took a picture and sent you like an extremely excited text of there's a yellow Spider-Man suit in the background.
Green, but yeah, close enough.
Oh, was it green?
It was like lime green. It shows up yellow on your TV, I think. But
yeah. And I'm like, is that a thing? Is that a thing? Do you know if that's a thing? Is that related to the yellow bat suit?
Nothing is related to the yellow bat suit. I just put out a drawing the other day, though, that was there's a Batman and Catwoman comic coming out that has some DCAU characters in comic book form, and so I redid one of the covers in like Bruce Timm style.
Oh,
and
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the character in the background is this girl character that in that continuity is Batman and Catwoman's daughter, and she has like just a black like half like a Batman Catwoman kind of hybrid looking costume with a big yellow bat emblem on it. And I'm like, I can't not replace this with the yellow bat suit. Like, what am I supposed to do? What do you expect? So, and then people were like, oh my God, do you put the yellow bat suit? Look at it. Look at the original. What do you want from me? Like, what was I supposed to do?
Wait a minute. Catwoman, Batman, Batman has experimental science cats in his bat cave.
He used the man bat serum on cats and made a fear cat. All right, well,
let's move on.
Batman's usefulness.
Batman's usefulness. He I can't see. He did okay. Sorry, what?
Yeah. He was fine.
He did all right.
Yeah. He helped Robin, and he didn't fuck that lady. I heard you
Yes.
choke. Yeah.
That's true.
He had the choice.
Yeah,
And he chose
did.
Robin.
He kind of like considered
Okay,
banging a lady. He
let's-
kind of like manhandled a child delivering a telegram. But like he made some stuff happen.
Yeah. Let's think this through, though.
Yes.
Batman saved Robin, but
Uh-huh.
he also drove the Batmobile to that location. Were he not there, Robin would not have been at the building to be scared of
Okay,
the
so
building.
he's kind of like we have to rate his ability as a chauffeur now as well.
No, I'm saying he caused this situation to happen by going after those bad guys. So if he wasn't around, although I guess, are we judging this based on like in a universe where Batman doesn't exist and everything else played out exactly the same? Would things have gone okay?
I think it's even like if he just wasn't. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
quite know the parameters, but
I don't
Batman's
know
usefulness,
Yeah, he was okay. 4 vials of cocaine out of 10. I mean, I don't know how to do this. You do this all the time. It's not me.
I'm gonna give him. You say 4. I'm gonna go with the middle of the road thing. So I'm gonna say 5 trumpet playing mariachis in a horse stall out of 10.
Bum, 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 bum. Or whatever it is, yeah. Good job, Carlos Rodriguez, or whoever did the music. Yeah, Lisa Bloom and Carlos Rodriguez. Let's switch it up. Let's do the top 10 before we do Yappy Mail.
Yeah,
you
okay.
put this on your top 10 at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay. It's not better than On Leather Wings? You're not taking the opportunity to bump On Leather Wings off of your list?
I'm waiting for something before we revisit the list. I'm waiting for something to really move me because I do want to shake the list up. And this episode was fine, but On Leather Wings,
Yeah.
Jamie,
I do know.
do you?
As it is number 1 on my
Can you
list.
explain it to me? Because I don't think it belongs in the top 10.
I think I really am so confused. I think we need to watch it again. And
Yeah.
I'll show you. You'll be like,
I'd
oh,
watch
I get
it again.
now.
I can watch it without you too. I have the power.
We should at least. Well, no, because I said before I don't think On Leather Wings is going to make my top 10 of all the episodes of the entire DCAU, so therefore none of these are going to.
Right.
But I think at the end we should maybe our final top 10 just rewatch those and like, do these deserve? Yes, they do. Or oh god, I should have kept On Leather Wings.
Yeah. Well, we could even do like mini episodes of like just like watch On Leather Wings and just be like top 10. What do you think?
Yeah. After we finish each series or something, we could like revisit the top 10. Or
Okay.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know. We could try that.
Yeah.
What's your top 10 in reverse though, to remind people? Brain.
Oh my God. You want me to pull this up?
Oh, you don't have it? I can read it for you.
Read it for me.
Okay. Brain's top 10 in reverse is, this is verbatim what it says here. On Leather Wings, number 10. Then Two-Face Part 1, Feet of Gay Part 1, POV, Nothing to Fear, The Cat and the Claw Part 1, Pretty Poison, Joker's Favor, Feet of Gay Part 2, and Heart of Ice.
Did you write that or did that?
No, I didn't change those right beforehand.
You
Number 10
fucker.
for me on Grammy's list, just me apparently. I got POV at number 10, then Nothing to Fear, Feet of Clay Part 1. Oh, interesting. Mine says Clay. Pretty Poison, Eternal Yappy, Joker's Favor, Heart of Ice, Two-Face Part 1, Feet of Clay Part 2, On Leather Wings. I think mine's correct, so I don't know. Now, you have On Leather Wings at the very bottom. I have it at the very top. That's the only one that we're like in that much of a disagreement on. Like, we relatively have similar episodes on the lists otherwise, just in like a slightly different order.
Do you want to arm wrestle for it?
No.
Oh.
Wait, over Zoom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, I guess neither. Yeah, I'm not going to put it on my top 10 either. I don't think it's better than POV. It's not better than Nothing to Fear. That's the Scarecrow episode that we both have on here still, the first one. I think that one deserves to stay above this one because it has. Oh, I see. You're changing it to feet of sleigh. Very clever, Brian. Feet of Trey. Pretty. Oh my gosh! Nothing to fear has the feet of Aunt May. You say. What am I fucking trying to say? Nothing to fear.
No, just say it.
Has the I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman in it. I am the tiger, I believe in God, I am Batman. And it also is just, I don't know, it's probably a better episode, I guess. It was animated worse than this one, I think, but sorry, Robin's first appearance, you don't make the top 10.
Robin's origin story, left high and dry.
Right. All right. Let's do some mail time.
Mail.
I'll tell you something about these.
Oh, okay. You gonna go ahead and sing something for me?
Yeah.
Just gonna let this play out.
That yacht.
I'm not gonna talk over it.
Small
Don't worry.
extra yacht. Put it over.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail. So, Maddie told me they were listening to the podcast while falling asleep and fell asleep, and then that part happened, and they woke up in such alarm. So I hope that happens again.
That's
right.
Are we boring enough to fall asleep too? Probably.
I think it was a personal choice to go to bed and listen to the podcast, not, oh God, I fell asleep. But who knows?
I do have a podcast.
I have. What?
Do you
have a podcast?
Have you ever
Jay Rodimus in the Discord shared their Spotify top. There's a Spotify Wrapped thing going on at the end of the year. It tells you all your top Spotify
Wrapped.
stuff.
What is that?
They've listened to. Yeah, have you never heard of it? They've listened to 623 minutes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon. I don't know how many total minutes there actually are, but
624.
Oh, man. Come on, Jay. Thanks for helping me get through slow days at work, laughing all the way. Didn't really know where to put this since I don't use Twitter. So it was in the Discord. Thank you, Jay.
Oh, that's awesome.
This wasn't specifically a Yappy mail, but I figured I'd include it. Last night, Dylan Pollock wrote on the Patreon page just a shout out to the homies. It's obviously directed at James, Maddie, and Ted, also Brian, and to all you Yappy patrons. Over the course of the past year, this has become by far my favorite YouTube channel. I never have and never would join Patreon for another channel, yet these dudes have me pondering the live hangout level, LOL. Keep killing it. Thanks, Dylan. I already said thank you on Patreon, but thanks again. Oh, it's Dylan Pollock, everybody. I'm so sorry.
Stop!
That's the Dylan Pollock song.
I know you like that.
Yeah. We got some emails before I go to the last video. This one's from Scotty also, Cameron. What?
I just remembered the Wrapped thing.
Yeah.
We had one other that was on an Instagram story of being the top
Kimmy?
podcast thing. It was a Kimmy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was listening to what it said, you've listened to 16 episodes. And I was like, excuse me, there's 17 at the time. It's like, oh my God, but it says I've listened to all the I was so afraid that I had missed one.
She was doing some ceramic. This is my housemate, Kimmy.
Yes.
She was doing her real Christmas commission ceramic stuff that she does. Yeah. And was just absolutely binging the podcast. It was came out in the morning.
Hi, Kimmy.
To it. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi, Kim.
And then later in the day came back. It was completely dark and her eyes are all bloodshot and the podcast's still going. It's you should take a step back there, buddy.
Yeah, you're yapping too hard today. There's too much yapping.
No one can take that much yap.
That one small yap, put it over. put Kimmy over. Okay, Scotty Cameron emails Two-Face Part 2. Here are a couple pictures of Herbert Landon from Spider-Man the Animated Series, since James didn't know who that character was. I already showed you the face. It's exactly the same as Two-Face.
That was despicably the exact same thing.
Yeah. But then they also included a picture of them in the comics. It doesn't look anything like Two-Face. It's like a split open gross face.
I think it's a Slipknot mask.
Yeah, it's a purge mask or something. I think split open gross face was a little bit too fucked up of a name for Harvey Dent, so he chose Two-Face instead. But yeah, they're like there's no way that this I don't know, it seems like the Spider-Man cartoon just stole the look of Two-Face, I guess. I don't know.
It was pretty blatant.
Says he's basically the Kingpin's assistant in the show and becomes disfigured after an experiment he conducts with the mutant X gene goes horribly wrong, turning him into a giant monster. When the experiment is reversed, Landon was returned to human, but one half of his face is forever left disfigured. This did make me wonder if there was a Marvel villain who had half of his or her face burned off as Two-Face did. Oh, this actually, I was wrong. That's not a picture of this character in the comics. It says... the closest thing I could find was the Punisher villain Finn Cooley, picture 5, that's what I showed you, who is burned halfway across his, but unlike Two-Face, Finn Cooley is burned horizontally instead of vertically like Two-Face. Be sure to read my comment on the YouTube video and peace. Well, I'll get to that after this, okay?
There's definitely Marvel people who have like half a messed up face in some facet or another, but not like...
not like a Two-Face. Like yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, Three-Face. Lachlan 06, Yappy Mail. When you yop so hard that half of you turns blue, and it's just a link to a clip of Harvey. No. And Dylan Pollock, everybody!
Just find a happy place.
Bruce, you could always send a telegram. Robin, that's funny, Batman. I was temporarily traumatized and terrified of my own shadow, but make jokes, why don't you? Also, why does Batman just have cats and mice ready for experimentation? Batman's greatest villain is soon to be PETA.
Oh my God.
Keep making them Yappy episodes, fellas.
See, Dylan gets me, James.
Yeah, I know. I think I'd skimmed that before the recording. So
oh, really?
Saying that stuff, I was like, oh, it's going to come up. Okay, let's go through the comments on Two-Face Part 2 on the Podtower. Subscribe to the Podtower YouTube channel. Once we pass 1,000 subscribers, we can finally monetize the channel and change the URL to be, instead of youtube.com/UCS2U45JZPBEF WGGZ0S_OJW. It can be like Podtower or something like that.
That really rolls off the tongue, though.
Yeah, I know. I put it on the business cards. Deductionist says, great show as always, James and Brian. I always thought the ending did a nice job of showing how much Bruce cared for Harvey and that he was always willing to help his friends, even though they didn't show a lot to establish their friendship. This episode and another later on, I can read, really hit me home just how compassionate Batman is. Love that video, by the way, Maddie. Yeah, we did a video called Batman is Compassionate that shows all the times Batman is compassionate. Looking forward to your thoughts on Fear of Victory. Oh God, why do I keep losing my place? Fear of Victory. Always thought it was a fun episode. Well, we didn't. Scotty Cameron said it was okay. It was fun.
It was a fun episode. It just wasn't the best episode.
It wasn't the worst.
It wasn't
Scotty Cameron. I never noticed that Two-Face's credit card had Two-Face as his name on the card. I couldn't help but think of the SpongeBob episode, SpongeBob Meets the Strangler, when SpongeBob is looking for a bodyguard to protect him from the serial killer, the Tattletale Strangler. Do you remember this episode?
Vaguely.
He said, oh, my cleats are stuck in your corneas. You don't remember this? SpongeBob runs into the Strangler pretending to be a bodyguard, and the Strangler convinces SpongeBob that he's an actual bodyguard by showing him his ID. On the ID, it reads Tattletale Strangler on the card in the name line, but it's crossed out by the Strangler and replaced with bodyguard. Of course, SpongeBob, not being that bright, falls for it. Also, I'm curious. Hey, SpongeBob's the smartest sponge, okay? Don't you agree? Also, I'm curious as to why is Rupert Murdoch, Rupert Thorne, who causes Two-Face's scarring in B-Test instead of Salvatore Maroni like it was in the comics. In general, I'm curious as to know why Sal Maroni and Carmine Falcone were excluded from the DCAU. I don't know. They just never appear. They're like mobsters from Batman comics famously, and they're just never in the show. I don't know. I think Rupert Thorne was made up for the show, maybe, too. Who knows? Matthew Ledbetter says, you blew it, you jerks. Maddie Washburn. Brian, you want to start a Kablam podcast?
Yo. Yes, Maddie. Get my deets from James.
There's too many podcasts. You can't have more than one. Tip Tapricot. tip to Preakit. Greetings from Big Bus, Oregon. I'm glad. Oh, do you live in Big Bus? I'm glad Brian's surgery went well. Now that he's healed up, I'm here to suggest an early end to the Yop/Watch war. Western style fast draw. Only the bullets are how loud and fast you guys can yell Yop. The Yop Tower already looks like a cow skull, and it'll be a true test of who is the yoppiest. Maybe you can have a Western version of your Yappy theme in the background too. And Scarloey says, I like this idea. Yeah, let's do it. Levi Church, after you make your Gumball Infinity Train Centaur World Kipo podcast, make a podcast for OKKO Let's Be Heroes with special guest Nintendo. And I don't know who Nintendo is, Levi. I'm so sorry. I'll go figure it out. I'll figure it out after the podcast. What do you think?
I think I don't know who Nintendo is either.
Yeah, Cole's Corner says Yappy Doppy Doo. Yappy Doo, the mascot of the Yappy Dudes, totally not a Scooby-Doo ripoff. I wonder if DC is going to do anything with Two-Face next year on February 22nd, 2022, which lands on a Tuesday.
Ooh.
I hope so. Chris P. Nats. Hi, Chris P. Nats. I should have known a mention of water sports was inevitable on a podcast named YOPPIE Dudes.
Not too dissimilar from the conversation we had just before recording.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Nick Sorensen, Bruce's nightmare at the beginning about not being able to help Harvey was pretty much a nightmare about Batman's usefulness. Why couldn't you have been more useful, Bruce?
Oh, why didn't I catch that? That's brilliant.
Aussie Dragoon, yes, my favorite Batman villain, Harvey Face. And Scotty Cameron says it reminds me of the College Humor sketch. Yeah,
that is like my biggest Batman source of knowledge.
Yeah, before the Two-Face episode, that's all you would say. Harvey, everything.
Harvey Face.
You have a different Harvey quote to go off of now.
Yeah, I know. I'll still hear the Batman one in my head.
Gabe Bendetowitz. Two-Face Part 2, a.k.a. the Afterthought episode.
Yeah.
Yep. Scarloey, another great episode. Glad you're feeling better, Brian.
Thank you.
MJ Barrett. As a Canadian, I had very much buried the Yop song from that yogurt commercial, and now it's stuck in my head.
Oof.
Did you? Yeah, you listened to it, right? I sent it to you.
You sent it to me. That's bad.
It's like Yop when the morning comes or something. Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah. Anyway.
Aussie Dragoon, Brian, we need you to Yop again. Batgirl fangirl, it's good to hear you laughing again, Brian. I agree with you both that part 2 really was second rate compared to the first one. As for Fear of Victory, I vividly recall being genuinely scared of this episode, and I was little, specifically the part at Arkham when Batman unveiled the Scarecrow dummy and the Joker laughing. Great episode of the podcast, considering you didn't have much to talk about. You both kept me entertained. 5 stars and 5 credit card emojis.
Wait. What's on the credit card?
I can't quite read it. I think it's scribbles.
Oh,
Scarface Nate. Nice to see you guys back and better than ever. I recently had an assembly at my high school, and the speaker said something about be a bean, a coffee bean. It was meant to be some inspirational, motivational talk about changing people around you, I guess. And I immediately thought about you guys' Dream of Beans episode, and I turned it into my senior quote, be refried beans, dream of beans. And I replied, never have I been more honored.
Shaping young minds, Jamie.
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's so good.
Scarloy says, James, I don't know what to talk about. 50 minutes later.
Yeah, that's sorry. We used to be so quick about this.
Yeah,
what happened?
We started Yappy Mail.
Oh, right.
Wency209, happy to see you guys back. Can't wait for more yappiness. I'll give you a show 10 Captain Clowns out of 10 Joker tacos. And that's the last comment.
Ooh.
You killed Captain Taco?
Barge.
You killed Taco's clown?
What?
And then you got to say it twice. You killed Taco Clown. I think that's the show, everybody.
We're going off the rails.
I think we're done. I think that's it.
Are we? Did you check the other thing that you never check?
What's that?
The Apple Podcast thing?
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
I didn't. You're right that I didn't.
This is why you keep me around, Jamie. Oh, what?
You know, the soundboard, I found this nifty little thing that goes over it that you can write the sounds on, and it just sits over it with no writing on it. I have yet to write anything.
Classic James.
And will I ever? Who knows?
Will he, won't he? No.
We still only have... Oh, no. Hang on. There are 7 ratings now. Whoa.
See?
Oh, no, there's still only 3 written reviews, so there's nothing new to read. But thank you, the 2 new people that rated 5 stars on iTunes. Do that, and leave a written review. You know, and I'll rate it.
iTunes things, or not iTunes, Apple
Podcasts. Apple Podcasts. I'm 30. Should we end the show now?
No.
What's your prediction for next week's episode? It's called I've Got Batman in My Basement. Your stunned face says it all. I've been waiting to tell you the name of this episode for so long.
Oh, boy. I've got Batman in my basement.
In my basement. Do you think it'll have Robin in it?
No? I don't know.
You got a 50-50 chance.
I'll
tell you now. I'll give you a slight hint, okay?
Okay.
You have previously guessed that an episode, I think twice you've guessed at least, that an episode would include a specific villain that has yet to appear.
The Riddler.
No.
The Penguin.
Yes. This is the first Penguin episode.
The Penguin puts Batman in his basement.
In Batman's basement or Penguin's basement? Yes. In Batman's basement.
Do you remember?
Would be the Batcave, I guess.
Was it Pulp? No, not Pulp. What? Oh God! What Quentin Tarantino movie is that with all like the vignettes and Bruce Willis?
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
It is Pulp Fiction. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the bit where the guy and like there's the car crash and then he gets put in that.
Yes. That guy that gets shot in the car is Phil Lamar, who voices Green Lantern and Static Shock.
Not Phil Lamar. I'm talking about the like after the whole like the wolf scene and all that. When Bruce Willis is trying to get away, there's the car crash and he gets thrown into that back room.
Yes,
and there's the dude in the gimp suit. I'm guessing it's going to be that.
With Batman? Is Batman Bruce
Penguin.
Willis or the guy in the gimp suit?
I think the Penguin's in the gimp suit. That seems more his. Oh, no, Batman is probably basically just in a gimp suit anyway.
Is gimp okay to say? Is that a word that you're not supposed to say?
It's a photo editing program.
True. It's Batman in a Lightroom suit. It's Batman in a Photoshop suit. Batman in a paint suit, you know?
What's our youngest listener, you think?
Scarloy.
I mean,
I don't
know. we had, so, okay, we like high school, we have that figured out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I imagine.
Actually, I could tell you, at least based on the Anchor website's analytics, it'll tell me demographics. But I don't know how it knows, but I guess it's just because the internet knows everything about you all the time.
Yeah.
We have 134 unique listeners. I thought we just had one, but that's cool to know.
Yeah.
This is not counting YouTube. We get like 200 or 300 views per episode on YouTube, which is not too bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Demographics.
I mean, that's less than I thought, and I'm depressed.
There we go. We've got 5% of listeners are in the 0 to 17 age group.
Oh, shit. I guess I should stop swearing.
Yeah, fuck you, 5-year-olds listening to this. 18 to 22-year-olds is 26%. 23 to 27-year-olds is the highest, 34%.
Yeah.
And then 22% for 28 to 34-year-olds. 35 to 44 is 9%. 45 to 59, that's you, Brian. It's 2%. And 60 plus is 2%.
Wow.
So we do have people over 60 listening to this too, I guess.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
No, I know I'm not alone.
Or 60. Yeah, it's just you. It's just Kimmy. And 86% male, which is not surprising. 11% female.
Okay.
And the rest is unspecified or non-binary.
How do we make this more inclusive?
Maddie's in that 2%. Anyway. Maddie, you're in the 2%. God, millionaires and billionaires, Bernie Sanders, blah, 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 etc.
Keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep going. This joke's not going to die. Just keep running
No,
with it.
it never will. Hey, if you're listening on an iPhone, that's likely.
Oh, no. Why?
If you're listening no, it's 50%-ish if people are listening on an iPhone right now.
So it's just as likely that you're not.
Yeah, but everything else is broken up into little bits, like Android, Mac, Windows, other, blah, 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 blah. Hey, we got 2% of people in Australia. Should we end the episode? Let's end the episode.
Wow, yeah, probably.
Email us at podcast@watchtowerdatabase.com. You want me to read your things on the thing? New episodes are every Friday on the Podtower YouTube channel, and also Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But not Stitcher.
Not Stitcher.
Jamie.
Yo, fuck Stitcher, okay?
Oh, my heart.
I don't even know I don't know anything about Stitcher.
I can tell you all about it because I'm over 60.
Yes, you are. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks
See
for
you next
listening.
week for I've Got Batman in My Basement.
Thanks for writing in. Thanks for all the things. Thanks for the well wishes. Thanks for the shoes that are in my size that you're mailing to me. Because I need some new shoes. What?
Stop talking.
Done.
The Gotham Knights wasted no time signing Brian Rogers, making our local champ their first-round draft pick.
Looks like your friend is back on track again.
Yeah, I can't wait to congratulate him.
You can always send a telegram.